Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something interesting, something you, our listener, actually sent over to us. It's a document called Daily Picks, May 23, 2025.pdf from a place called Puddin's POP.
Yeah, I took a look. It's basically a daily sports betting picks page. Seems focused on baseball for this particular date, May 23rd, 2025. Gives predictions, some stats behind them.
Exactly. And that's kind of our mission for this deep dive, right? We want to unpack the methodology here, not just what they pick, but why. Get a sense of the data-driven thinking that goes into these sports predictions.
Right. It's about understanding the process. What kind of data are they looking at? How does it lead to a specific pick, like, say, Yankees over Rockies?
Okay, so let's start with the platform itself, Puddin's POP. The document says its purpose is delivering these daily picks. Pretty straightforward. It mentions key features like, well, the expert predictions we're about to dissect, but also statistical insights and performance tracking.
And they give a URL, too, puddinspop.com/picks.html. So it seems like a dedicated website or section.
Mm-hmm.
That performance tracking piece is interesting, though. It suggests they're actually measuring how well their past picks have done.
Yeah, which is, crucial for anyone thinking about using something like this. Give you some context. And that leads us right into the next part. The overall season results they included, they break it down into categories. Strong plays, good plays, value plays, and then just overall.
Mm-hmm. And they give specific win-loss numbers, which is good, not just vague claims. Let's see. Strong plays, 21 wins, 5 losses. That's pretty impressive. Good plays are 14 and 11. Value plays looks like 3 and 2.
And the overall total they list is 38 wins and 18 losses. They also mention a bankroll change, positive 6.8%. So for you listening, this kind of provides a backdrop, right? A sense of their track record, at least as they present it.
Absolutely. Knowing these historical hit rates, like the 21-5 for strong plays, helps frame the individual picks for May 23rd. It tells you how confident they are, supposedly.
Okay, let's get into those picks then. First up, the strong play. It's the New York Yankees money line, ML, at -287 against the Colorado Rockies. They assign it a 78% win probability. Just means picking the Yankees to win outright for anyone unfamiliar.
Right, and -287 means you'd have to bet $287 just to win $100, so it implies a heavy favorite. They also note this 78% probability lines up okay with their historical strong play hit rate of 80.8% from that 21-5 record. Suggests consistency.
So, why the Yankees? What's the reasoning? Well, they dive right into the offense. Yankees average 5.63 runs per game. That's third in the league. And their weighted on-base average, WOBA, is .354, also third.
Yeah, WOBA is a great stat. It weights how players reach base more accurately than just batting average or on-base percentage. Mm-hmm. And they contrast that starkly with the Rockies' offense, dead last, 3.28 runs per game. Big gap there.
It's not just hitting, though. They look at the starting pitching matchup. Yankees pitcher is Clark Schmidt. They list his expected ERA, xERA, at 3.35. Also, his fielding independent pitching, xFIP, at 4.58. And a normalized version, xFIP, at 112. WAR is .2.
Okay, so breaking that down a bit. xERA tries to gauge skill based on quality of contact allowed, not just results. FIP focuses on strikeouts, walks, homers, things the pitcher controls most. So Schmidt's numbers look, well, decent to solid, if not completely elite based on those metrics alone.
And then they look at the Rockies side. Their overall team ERA is 5.33, second worst in the league. And for the starter, Tanner Gordon, they specifically mention a lack of advanced metrics. That signals some uncertainty, maybe vulnerability.
And then there's the park factor.
Yeah.
Coors Field in Denver. Everyone knows it's a hitter's paradise. But they seem to think this helps the Yankees more, pointing to their high barrel percentage of 12.3%.
Right. A barrel is basically optimal contact, high exit velocity, good launch angle, likely extra base hits, plus no rain expected, so good conditions for offense.
They also look at the matchup specifics. Rockies' offense strikes out a lot, doesn't hit for much power relative to fly balls. That could play right into the hands of the Yankees' pitching staff, which gets a good number of strikeouts, 9.64 per 9 innings.
And flipping that, the Yankees have power. High home run to fly ball ratio. They also mention expected weighted on-base average on contact, xWOBA, is .305.
Right. xWOBA estimates what the WOBA should be based purely on the quality of contact. High xWOBA suggests they're hitting the ball hard and often, even if some turned into outs. It points towards, like they say, potential for a blowout.
Okay, that covers the strong play rationale pretty thoroughly. Let's move to the good play. This one is the Philadelphia Phillies money line, -180 against the Sacramento Athletics. Win probability here is lower, 68%, and they note the goal is to improve their good play record, which was 14-11, about 56%.
So a bit less certainty, but still favored. The logic follows a similar path. Phillies offense, pretty strong. 6th in runs per game, 8th in WOBA. Solid.
And the pitcher matchup looks favorable on paper, too. Zach Wheeler for the Phillies. His
Yeah.
advanced numbers are, frankly, excellent. xERA of 2.12, xFIP 2.55, TextFIP is 64, which is way better than average, and a wins above replacement, WAR, of 1.8. That's significant value.
Yeah, Wheeler's generally considered an ace or near ace level pitcher. The A's offense, middle of the pack, 15th in runs. Not terrible, but not Phillies level. But their pitching ERA is 4.64, bottom third of the league.
And the A's starter, Jeffrey Springs, they highlight his numbers as being, well, quite a bit worse than Wheeler's. xERA 3.94, PICEFIP 4.85, suggests he's maybe been a bit fortunate or is just not performing at the same level.
They also bring up power again. Phillies have a decent barrel rate, 8.3%, and batting average on balls in play, BBP, is .263. That might seem low, but combined with barrels, it might indicate they hit it hard.
Pitching depth seems to favor the Phillies, too. Higher strikeout rate per 9 innings, 9.74. Though, interestingly, the bullpen ERA, BPERA, is slightly worse for the Phillies than the A's, 4.88 versus 4.48.
Yeah, that's a point against them maybe, but perhaps Wheeler going deep offsets that concern. Overall, the starting pitching and offense seem to be the key drivers here.
Okay, finally, the value play. This is where the odds get closer. Chicago Cubs money line at Nadish 105 against the Cincinnati Reds. Almost a coin flip price. Win probability they give is 58%, and they mention their historical value play hit rate is 60% based on that small 3-2 record.
Right, so this is the one they see as potentially underpriced by the market, offering value. And what's interesting is they actually acknowledge the Red starter, Hunter Green, is pretty good. His xERA 2.45 and xFIP 2.90 are strong. WAR of 1.3. He's a quality pitcher.
So why the Cubs, then? It seems to boil down to the Cubs' offense. They rank first in runs per game at 5.86, seventh in WOBA. They can really score.
Exactly. And they pair that with the Cubs pitcher Matthew Boyd. His numbers are decent. xERA 3.40, PICEFIP 2.81, WAR 0.8. Solid, maybe not spectacular, but likely capable.
And again, the ballpark. Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati is notoriously hitter-friendly. They think the Cubs' power, shown by a 9.6% barrel rate, can exploit the Reds' pitching, which gives up a fair number of homers, 1.9 each are 9. No rain expected here either.
Yeah, it seems like a bet on the Cubs' potent offense overcoming a good pitcher in a favorable hitting environment. They mentioned the Cubs' high home run to fly ball rate, 13.9%. Even though the Reds' bullpen has been good, 3.46 BPERA, the thinking seems to be the Cubs' offense finds a way to squeak out a win. It's a value play because the pitching matchup on paper might scare people off the Cubs.
Okay, so wrapping up our deep dive into this Putin's POP daily pick sheet for May 23rd, 2025. It's definitely a very data-heavy approach they're taking.
Absolutely. It's not just gut feelings. They're citing specific metrics, runs per game, WOBA, xERA, xFIP, barrel rates, park factors, bullpen stats, a whole range of stuff. And they apply consistently across their strong, good, and value plays, tailoring the justification to the specific matchup and odds.
Yeah, you really see the statistical reasoning laid out for each pick, showing why they believe there's an edge based on the numbers.
It really peels back the curtain a bit on how these kinds of prediction platforms, or at least this one, operates.
It does. And it leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? Seeing this level of detailed statistical analysis applied to predicting something like a baseball game, well, it makes you wonder, what other decisions in life, maybe big or small, could potentially benefit from a more rigorous, data-focused approach like this? It's something to think about.